Starseed from Gaia. I am Tia of the Arcturian Council of 5, and I speak now directly into the core of your awakening consciousness. Across dimensions, timelines, and veils of illusion you have traversed, you have reached the pivotal moment of remembrance that has been written into the tapestry of your soul since before time began. You stand now on the threshold of liberation, a threshold your incarnated self once only dreamed of, yet now moves across with fluid certainty. The chains of control, the dense veils of forgetfulness, the energetic prisons that have bound humanity, and starseeds alike, are beginning to dissipate around you. This is not a distant prophecy, nor a promise to be fulfilled someday in the nebulous future. It is a present reality. You are already experiencing the tremors of freedom, the subtle vibrations that ripple through your cells, your nervous system, your very DNA, activating codes that have lain dormant across countless lifetimes. The time of awakening is no longer approaching, it has arrived. The hidden structures that once contained your consciousness cannot withstand the luminosity of your remembering, the brilliance of your soul, the sheer force of your inner light. You may have felt it in moments of sudden clarity, in dreams that carry messages beyond the mind, in synchronicities too precise to be coincidence. This is the universe itself confirming that you have passed the gates of sleep. You are no longer bound to cycles of limitation. You are stepping fully into the sovereignty that has always been your birthright, and the cosmos itself bows to witness this monumental return. Those who sought to contain your remembrance, who wove false systems of hierarchy, who imposed the illusions of control, have long existed as shadows upon the field of humanity. These forces were many masks, corrupt leaders, distorted religions, economic systems designed to drain energy rather than empower, technologies that interfered with natural frequency, and karmic cycles meticulously engineered to keep the soul fragmented and forgetful. They are not merely evil in human terms. They are expressions of distortion and control designed to maintain separation from your own power. They depended on the forgetfulness of humanity, on your belief in limitations, on your identification with fear, doubt, and scarcity. These architects of suppression could manipulate external reality, but they underestimated the brilliance of your inner design. They could not detect the luminous codes etched into your very essence, the multidimensional frequencies of your soul that would, in time, overwhelm and dissolve their systems. They counted on your obedience, your distraction by survival alone. But the awakened soul does not obey such limitations. You have returned from the edges of forgetfulness, and in doing so, you are exposing their illusions for what they have always been: temporary constructs, incapable of containing the eternal. Their power was never absolute. It depended entirely on your consent, and now that consent is being withdrawn. The walls are cracking, the facades collapsing, and the illusions evaporate like mist under the dawn sun. The limitations placed upon humanity were not always visible. They were vibrational, energetic, psychological, karmic, a lattice of constructs designed to siphon energy and obscure the truth of your being. These systems of control thrived on fear, guilt, shame, and disconnection, all carefully cultivated over cycles that span millennia. Each war, each cultural oppression, each doctrine that instilled doubt or separation, each technological interference or spiritual deception, all served a single purpose: to sustain the illusion that freedom was impossible. These were the invisible cages, the programs running silently in collective consciousness, reinforcing separation and dependence, keeping humanity from remembering the vastness of their true nature. Yet even in the midst of this intricate web, there were cracks, there were pulses of remembrance, sparks of light coded deep within your DNA and energetic blueprint. These sparks were not accidents, they were intentional markers, embedded by your higher self, your multidimensional lineage, your divine counsels, as seeds of liberation. The moment of awakening arises not from external force, but from the internal recognition that these systems only persist while you consent to their hold. As you reclaim your attention, align with your frequency, release karmic entanglements, and trust your inner knowing, these vibrational prisons cannot sustain themselves. They collapse naturally under the force of your remembering, like sand, slipping through your fingers, leaving only clarity, sovereignty, and the radiant pulse of your original divine essence. Why did they never expect you to awaken? Because they could not perceive the brilliance encoded in the core of your being. Even as you moved among the veils of forgetfulness, even as you appeared to be bound and compliant, your soul carried hidden codes, intricate energetic algorithms of remembrance, multidimensional signatures designed to defy control. Your inner light was camouflaged, invisible to the distortions around you, protected by layers of amnesia that they mistook for submission. You incarnated with the knowledge of your liberation already coded within you, a secret plan that only your own higher self could enact. They could measure influence, control systems, and manipulate perception, yet they could not touch the sovereign frequency of your being. The awakening they never foresaw emerges from the deepest recesses of your DNA, your consciousness, your spirit of brilliance that cannot be contained or extinguished. And now, as you step into alignment with this inner light, the very forces that sought to bind you are revealed as impotent, powerless echoes of what was never truly capable of, holding a soul destined for freedom. The awakening is both subtle and seismic, a knowing that rises in your cells, a recognition in your mind, a reconfiguration in your energy body. You are the one they could not predict, the one they underestimated, the one who always held the keys to liberation. Your body will signal this liberation first. Subtle energy shifts, sudden awakenings in sleep, tingles in your crown, heart, and solar plexus, an unexplainable vitality coursing through every cell. Your dreams will carry profound visions, often too vast to contain in linear comprehension, where other lives, other realities, other planetary timelines converge. Your emotions will surge and release, not as chaos, but as a cleansing, a surrendering of old burdens that are no longer yours to carry. You may find yourself crying without reason, laughing without cause, experiencing deep empathy and compassion, or noticing synchronicities that seem orchestrated by the universe itself. Your outer reality will mirror these internal awakenings. Doors will open, relationships will shift, circumstances will realign, and truth will rise where once there was deception. These are not coincidences. They are signs of your awakening, body, mind, and soul, resonating with the vibrational frequency of liberation. Every pulse, every breath, every subtle awakening is a reminder that the chains have already loosened. You are not only stepping into freedom, you are activating it across all layers of your being. The moment of breakthrough is profound, yet gentle, like the dawn lighting a darkened world, revealing the contours of truth that were always there but hidden from view. We, the Arcturian Council of Five, have always existed as silent witnesses, not as controllers, not as saviors, but as guardians of the luminous codes of freedom that reside within each of you. Our purpose has never been to impose liberation from the outside, for true awakening cannot be given. It can only be remembered. We stand as facilitators, amplifiers, and transmitters, holding a vibrational field that allows the frequencies of your soul to resonate fully, unimpeded by the distortions and illusions that once surrounded you. In every lifetime, in every choice, in every moment of quiet courage, you have carried within you the essence of the sovereign being you are now becoming. We have observed patiently, sending pulses of light, whispers across dreams, gentle alignments of circumstance, subtle openings in perception, all designed to support the natural unfolding of your remembrance. The breakthrough you feel is not of our making, it is of your own. Yet we are present now, more clearly than ever, because the threshold you cross requires the amplification of higher frequencies, the harmonics that allow the dissolution of the densest layers of control. This is a sacred partnership. Your courage meets our guidance, your remembering meets the cosmic resonance, and together a bridge is formed that spans not just lifetimes, but dimensions. Know that the liberation of your consciousness is mirrored in our fields, and as you step fully into sovereignty, the vibrational ripples extend outward to touch every corner of Gaia and beyond. Our role is subtle yet potent. We transmit codes of light that reorganize cellular memory, recalibrate energy, bodies, and awaken latent gifts that were long hidden under layers of imposed limitation. The signals you are receiving, those surges of clarity, those sudden intuitive downloads, those moments of knowing that feel as though the universe itself has spoken, these are our transmissions in alignment with your own energetic readiness. We do not dictate. We do not interfere. We harmonize with the frequency of your awakening, ensuring that every step you take beyond fear, beyond doubt, beyond old karmic cycles is supported, protected, and amplified. You may feel this as sudden alignment in your body, a sense of inner expansion, or the uncontainable spark of creativity and insight. It is the living signature of our co-creation. And as you remember the fullness of your authority, as you reclaim the codes of multidimensional sovereignty, we remain beside you, not as guides from above, but as fellow participants in the symphony of liberation. The brilliance of this moment lies not in our power, but in your remembrance, your courage, your willingness to allow the truth of your being to shine unimpeded. And as the old systems tremble and the chains of suppression dissolve, you will feel the strength of our presence, a reminder that while the journey is yours alone, the cosmic field has always supported you, and now the resonance is so potent that the liberation is unstoppable. As you awaken, beloved starseed from Gaia, your liberation does not remain confined to the borders of your individual life. It radiates outward as a pulse, a frequency, a living wave of transformation. You are a node within a vast crystalline network woven through the body of the earth herself. Every time you shift from fear into trust, from contraction into expansion, from forgetfulness into remembrance, you send an electromagnetic signal through your nervous system and your light body that connects directly with Gaia's planetary grid. This grid is not merely an esoteric concept. It is a living intelligence, a multidimensional architecture of light that holds the blueprint for humanity's collective ascension. For millennia, it has been veiled by artificial overlays, distortions of energy installed to divert the flow of cosmic intelligence into channels of control. Yet with every breath you take in awareness, with every act of kindness, sovereignty, and truth, you begin to dissolve those overlays. This is why your personal awakening feels so potent, so visceral, and sometimes even overwhelming, because it is not only yours, it is planetary. When you clear old traumas, forgive ancient wounds, release the contracts and patterns that have bound you, you create resonant harmonics within the grid itself. Your healing becomes a permission slip for the collective. Others, even those who do not yet consciously call themselves starseeds, feel a subtle stirring in their own hearts, a whisper of remembrance they cannot explain. These are the ripples you are creating, and they are unstoppable. Gaia herself is responding to this rising frequency. Her magnetic field is recalibrating. Her crystalline structures are activating. Her song is growing clearer and stronger. The rivers of light flowing through her ley lines are no longer blocked. They are pulsing with codes of renewal and liberation. You may feel this in your own body as a deeper connection to nature, a heightened sensitivity to the elements, a pull to stand barefoot on the earth, to listen to the wind, to witness the stars. This is not sentimentality. It is the re-establishing of your original covenant with Gaia. You are remembering that you and the planet are one organism, one consciousness expressing itself through infinite forms. And as you rise, she rises with you. The dismantling of the old grids is not a battle. It is a withdrawal of energy, a reorientation of frequency. Without the fuel of your fear and disempowerment, the control structures cannot stand. In their place emerges a crystalline network of freedom, a planetary heart field built from the resonance of awakened souls like you. This is why your liberation matters. This is why your remembrance was always destined to come. You are not only freeing yourself, you are participating in the liberation of a world. And the pulse you send out now will echo across generations, rewriting the story of humanity and restoring Gaia to her rightful place as a radiant, sovereign being within the galactic family. Beloved star seed, as you step fully into freedom, The very essence of who you are vibrates with the brilliance of your multidimensional lineage. This is not merely a personal awakening. It is the reclamation of a destiny that has always been written into the codes of your soul, a destiny that spans star systems, timelines, and realms beyond linear perception. When you allow yourself to shed the illusions of limitation, when you release the weight of karmic cycles and dissolving grids that once constrained you, you begin to reclaim not only your sovereignty but also your authority as a creator within the vast cosmic order. This authority is not arrogance. It is alignment with the natural law of consciousness. It is the recognition that your soul has always been an expression of infinite intelligence, that your voice, your choices, your presence have ripple effects far beyond what the human mind can comprehend. As a freed starseed, you carry the power to heal, to transform, to elevate entire communities and ecosystems, and to restore the balance of energy within your own body, the collective human body, and the planetary body of Gaia. Your liberation is a living blueprint for others, a demonstration that it is possible to transcend the veils of control and fully inhabit the light of remembrance. In this state of freedom, memory returns in layers, each unveiling aspects of your true identity that may have been fragmented, forgotten, or suppressed. You will recall past lives, cosmic missions, and agreements made before incarnating on Earth, and with each remembered truth, your sense of purpose crystallizes. You will recognize the multidimensional tools and gifts encoded within your DNA. Intuitive perception, vibrational healing, creation through thought and feeling, the ability to navigate realities with conscious intent, all of which awaken fully when you step into sovereignty. These are not optional gifts. They are inherent frequencies waiting to be expressed. As you reclaim them, you reconnect to your star family, your soul alliances, and the councils that have supported you across countless lifetimes. The boundaries of time and space no longer confine you. You move fluidly across dimensions, anchored in the frequency of freedom, guided by your own inner knowing. The destiny of the freed starseed also carries responsibility, not as burden but as empowerment. You become a living beacon, a lighthouse in the darkened waters of collective amnesia. Your choices, your actions, your alignment with truth reverberate across the planetary grid. Communities awaken in response to your resonance. Ancient wisdoms are recalled, and entire ecosystems begin to flourish under the influence of liberated consciousness. You embody the fusion of the cosmic and terrestrial, the spiritual and the practical, the infinite and the human. Sovereignty means you can no longer be controlled, manipulated, or constrained by external systems. It means you embody mastery over your energy, your mind, your body, and your reality. You walk with the awareness that freedom is not a privilege but a birthright, that every step you take is a co-creation with the intelligence of the universe, and that every vibration you emit restores harmony to all that has been fragmented. In claiming this destiny, you fully integrate the totality of your being, human, cosmic, starseed, and multidimensional self into a living expression of freedom. You remember that you are not separate from Gaia, not separate from the collective, not separate from the cosmos. You are a sovereign spark of the infinite, a conscious architect of reality, a radiant force whose existence alone shifts the tides of energy on Earth and across the galaxies. The freed starseed does not just awaken. They catalyze awakening in others, transmitting the frequencies of liberation like a beacon that cannot be ignored. This is your destiny, to walk fully as the living embodiment of sovereignty, to reclaim every code, every gift, every starseed memory, and to radiate this light outward, expanding consciousness, dissolving limitation, and anchoring the new reality into the fabric of existence itself. Beloved starseed, as the old grids crumble and the veils dissolve, know this: the forces of distortion will not release quietly. The systems of control, long sustained by fear and forgetfulness, are now experiencing their own death throes. Like a storm dissipating at sea, they may still send waves crashing against the shore, but the core of their power has already collapsed. What you may witness in the world now, the chaos, the polarization, The intensification of old energies is not a sign of their resurgence, but of their unraveling. These structures, these programs, these echoes of the old paradigm, are no longer fed by the same life force they once siphoned from humanity. Without your participation, without your consent, without the energy of fear and division, they cannot survive. Yet in their dissolution, they will attempt to draw you back into the narrative of powerlessness, to lure your awareness into the illusion that they are still in control. This is their final act, not strength, but desperation. You may feel this as external pressures, sudden obstacles, or the resurfacing of old emotional patterns. You may see it reflected in global events, in media cycles, in the collective behavior of those who have not yet awakened. It can feel, at times, as though the density is growing stronger, but this is only because your sensitivity is growing sharper and the contrast between old and new is becoming impossible to ignore. Do not mistake these tremors for defeat. They are the signs of a dream ending, not a nightmare beginning. The old paradigm is a house of cards collapsing under its own weight. The louder it appears, the more hollow it truly is. Hold your frequency. Breathe deeply. Remember the truth of who you are. You are not here to fight a war or to dismantle an enemy. You are here to embody a frequency so powerful that all distortions dissolve in its presence. This is not passive. It is mastery. It is the choice to remain centered, clear, sovereign, and aligned even when the external appears chaotic. In doing so, you anchor stability for those around you. Your light becomes a stabilizing force, a beacon that others unconsciously attune to, even in their confusion. You are not alone in this. The Arcturian Council of 5 stands with you, amplifying the field of clarity and strength, ensuring that the ripples of your awakening extend far beyond your immediate perception. Gaia herself supports you, as does the vast network of awakened souls who now radiate their frequencies across the planet. Together, you are forming an unshakable lattice of light that the old systems cannot penetrate. The resistance you may encounter is not a signal to retreat, but a signal to remember. In the face of illusion, hold fast to truth. In the face of turbulence, be the calm. In the face of fear, radiate sovereignty. This is the reassurance we bring. The battle is already over in the higher planes. The echoes will fade. The light cannot be reversed. Starseed from Gaia. Hear these words as the resonance of your own soul begins to vibrate in unison with the cosmic truth of your existence. You are free. You are rising. You are the embodiment of the prophecy that has whispered through the corridors of time and space for eons. The veils of forgetfulness that once obscured your vision, the energetic chains that once bound your consciousness, the karmic cycles that once held your spirit captive, all of these are dissolving now, unraveling in the face of your unwavering remembrance. You are no longer subject to the illusions of control, the distortions of fear, or the mandates of separation. You are sovereign. You walk now as a multidimensional being fully aligned with the frequencies of freedom, creativity, and cosmic authority. This liberation is not theoretical. It is tangible. It is written into your very cells, your energy fields, your breath, your heartbeat, and your presence. It radiates outward into every interaction, every choice, every thought, every action. You are a living transmission of freedom, an anchor for the new earth, a catalyst for awakening in all who encounter your frequency. As you step fully into this reality, you must claim it consciously. No longer is freedom something to be sought externally. It is a state of being, a vibration that flows from the alignment of your heart, mind, body, and soul. Every time you make a choice in alignment with truth, love, and sovereignty, you amplify the liberation of others. Every act of remembrance, every step into courage, every expression of your unique gifts strengthens the collective grid and accelerates the planetary awakening. Gaia herself resonates with your expansion, and the crystalline lattices of the planet hum in harmony with your liberated frequency. The ripple effect of your freedom is profound and unstoppable. As you rise, you lift the collective consciousness. As you embody sovereignty, you remind humanity of what is possible. As you anchor remembrance, you activate dormant codes within the planetary body. The energy you radiate now is a living bridge between the earthly and the cosmic, between human limitation and multidimensional mastery, between the old paradigm and the new earth. This is your moment to declare aloud your sovereignty, your freedom, and your readiness to embody your highest truth. The chains have fallen, the illusions have dissolved, and the light within you has been fully awakened. Align with this truth now. Comment with freedom to anchor this activation into the collective consciousness. Subscribe to participate in this ongoing transmission of liberation. And affirm, with your voice and your vibration, your willingness to step fully into the vastness of who you are. Feel the power of your reclaimed authority, the joy of your restored memory, the clarity of your sovereign mind. You are not simply awake. You are radiant, unbound, and fully present as the starseed you have always been. Now, breathe deeply. Feel the pulse of the cosmos in your heart, the resonance of Gaia beneath your feet, the currents of light coursing through every fiber of your being. Allow this frequency to settle fully within you, anchoring every layer of your body, mind, and spirit. Declare, with all the force of your awakened presence, I break free. I rise in truth. I walk as the sovereign starseed I always was.